Okay, people, this is a simple JavaScript exercise where we take an array with two items. We want to see if all the characters in one string can be found in all the characters in the second string. I'll show you what I mean. So if we have an array, and let's say we have two words, we have Alabama and we have Bama, we want to return the Boolean true for this because in the second item here, Bama can be found in the word Alabama right here. If I had Alabama and Mississippi, this would return false because you can't find damn near anything in Mississippi in the word Alabama. So we'll keep it at this. We'll try to return the function true, and then let's make a function. We'll call it mutations, and then pass it through a function parameter. And then let's create the function here for mutations, and it's an array. So we'll return the array, and this should be running just fine. We have Alabama and Bama. We want to return either true or false. False, right? Now it's freaking out here because we can't have return twice in the same code block, obviously. Let's just keep it at that, though. So what should tip you off immediately, if we want to loop through all the characters in a string, then we should create a for loop. So I always create for loops the same way. We'll set up the index, just variable I equals 0. Let's start with the first array. The first item in the array, and then let's go with the length of it, and then let's increment the index, and then let's just console log what we get out of that. We have our 0, and then the index of the first item in the array. We have, boom, it spits out all the characters in the word Alabama. If we want to find everything in the second array, or second, I keep saying array, there's one array and two items. The second item in the array, and we get Bama, okay? So now the question just becomes, how do we compare the two? Well, can we compare characters to characters? Not really. The best way to do that is to use a method called index of. So if we have, let's go back to the first item in the array here. And so if we have the first item, we have Alabama, and we just want to return all these characters as an index. We want to tell us what the index is, counting at 0. Let's throw that method in here, and then let's say the first item in the array, the index of it. Let's see what we get. Oops, I forgot to put a thing here. We get 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 2. Okay, these are all the indexes of the characters in the array. What's going on here? Well, we start at 0, obviously. So the big A is at index 0. The small L is at index 1. The small a is at index 2. Okay, already we got a problem here because A and A should not matter. We should have big A, small a, it's all the same. This is telling us it's two different characters. We have big A at index 0 and small a at index 2. No, we just want A to be A, right? And so you'll also notice, though, as it does this is the important part. We have Alabama, and as it goes through, if it finds a character it's already seen before, like the second small a right here, it stays at the same index. So this is not index 4, this is index 2. This is index 2, okay? That's the important part. So that's how it's going to compare 2 with 2 and 2. So again, if I go here at the second item in the array, and then it's going to run, I didn't quite do this here, 0, 1, 2, 1, okay? You see that? So all we want to do is compare these numbers, and the question is, how do we do that? Okay, we're getting somewhere close here, but first of all, we have to make these lower cases. I could just go 2 lowercase, but that's getting already a bit too long. The best thing we can do is just create some variables. So we can have the first item be the first variable, and then we can call it 2 lowercase, right? And then we can create another variable for second item in the array. That can be the second item, and then 2 lowercase, okay? This makes things a little bit easier. And then let's have this be first item dot length, first item dot index of, just get rid of all this crap. Try this again. Index of first item, index of the first item. And then get another one of these in here, and we're getting our numbers back again. So we have everything lowercase now. You'll see this. We got Alabama, And A is always going to be at index 0. You see, every time it hits an A, it's just going to be at index 0. This is what we want. This is better. So if I have like Bama, then it's still gonna it's still gonna return true. So okay, now from here, how do we compare? Well, all right, we're looping through all the items in the first item in the array, all the characters from the first item. But since this is what we're trying to test, let's make this the loop. Okay, it's only going to go through as many items in any characters in the second item. Okay, so we'll find second item. Let's just go through this for now. Let's see what the second item gives us. We have 0, 1, 2, 1. Okay, and then if we have the index of second item in the first item, this starts to compare certain things. Okay, we can find 3. So we have, what is this doing here? A is at 0. Yeah, okay, look at this. Okay, cool. So this is the third index, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. B is at the third index of the first item. Okay, that's 3. B is at the first index of the second item right here in the front. 3 is B. Okay, 0 is A. 5 is M. 0 is A. So this spells B-A-M-A. That means we can find the word Bama in Alabama. All right, already we're thinking like a computer here. We're spelling with numbers. How cool is that? What if I have like the word Bama, or if I have Boma? Okay, is that can we find that? No, we don't have the letter O in Alabama. We don't have an exclamation point in Alabama. So it returns -0. If it can't find the character in the second item, that's our test really. If it can't find it, it's going to return -1. Did you hear what I said there? I said if it can't find it, it's going to return -1. What do we write? Oh, an if statement. If this can't find it, if it equals -1, then we want to return false, right? Let's get rid of this here, and let's take this, and then let's return false. This should do it. This should be done. We're finished. Emma should return true. Okay. Ella should return true. If I just say Maba, it should return true. Okay. Let's give ourselves some other words. Mississippi. And let's say Bama. That should be false, right? Cool. It's working so far. What other tests can we run through it? We should have, what if I have like voodoo and no? No, this should be false. It's working. Okay. That's it. Thanks a lot, guys.